As education evolves into the 21st century, it is vital that schools continue to adapt to ensure equitable education for all. Online learning is inevitably important across all educational learning levels. Not only does it allow for students with diverse learning needs to receive an inclusive, collaborative education, but it appeals to the goal of a consistent, fair education for all students. It is vital that online learning is conducted in a manner that remains engaging and motivational. Students need to be provided with tools and support to engage effectively in online learning. Face-to-face learning can be combined with online learning. However, it is important that the online classroom is not used simply as a tool to support the in-person classroom. The following unit is presented as a synchronous portion of an online learning sequence with adaptations to incorporate a face-to-face classroom. The unit is based on the Year 3 HASS content descriptor, the ways First Nation Australians in different parts of Australia are interconnected with country and place. As the initial lesson for the unit, students should explore the Australian Museum's virtual exhibit of Unsettled Exhibition. This online tool allows students to browse the museum, examining the artefacts and learning from afar. The text-to-audio feature allows students with various learning needs to experience in conjunction with their peers. Students can pursue the museum at their preferred pace, exploring exhibits that align with their personal interests. Once having explored the museum, students should select one of the 7 exhibits to become an expert. Students should create a presentation on Prezi explaining their selected exhibit. Prezi allows students to explore their creativity in an easy-to-use, organised program. This tool works harmoniously in an online learning space, as an online classroom can be set up where students can display their work for others to view. Students can share their presentations with their peers in a collaborative manner whilst viewing each other's work and providing feedback. The concept of a virtual museum supports students with sensory issues, as they can still participate in the experience whilst allowing students with limited access to transport to experience the learning of their peers. This lesson is placed as an introduction to the unit, as it displays a broad scope of information on various aspects of First Nation Australians, encouraging students to seek information in the individual areas of interest. The virtual aspect of this lesson creates positive connotations around the idea of online learning, and that working individually outside of the classroom can be engaging and motivational. As the 5th lesson in the synchronous sequence, students should explore the Australian Broadcasting Channel's website, Dust Echoes. The website provides both an audio and visual experience, enlightening viewers with a variety of Dreamtime stories and songs. Students should explore the videos individually and create a storyboard of their interpretation of the clip. Students should be encouraged to empathise with the author, considering their creative decisions. Students should be challenged to consider how the videos portray the connection to land, appealing to the media arts content descriptor, explore how First Nations Australians use media arts to communicate their connection to and responsibility for country and place. Students can use Canva to create the storyboard and upload it to Seesaw, where the class can view it. The combination of these online tools are useful in supporting students in a differentiated, accessible approach. Students can all learn the same content, yet have the autonomy to select the video that most appeals to them. They have the creative freedom to use the online tools to create their own storyboard to share with their peers. This relates well to the classroom, as students can see a purpose for their effort and can see the validation from their peers. These tools can be repeatedly used and applied to various learning areas as students become more technologically proficient. The unit incorporates a variety of online learning tools that appeal to the content descriptor. One activity utilises students' research skills in exploring their local Indigenous cultural centre. Students could also opt to visit the centre in person. Students should note some Indigenous landmarks and, using Google Earth, find images of these. These images should be used as inspiration for creating their own Indigenous artwork. After watching the 60 Minutes video on how Indigenous artwork is created, students can explore their creativity and create their own. These can be displayed in the class Seesaw page, or, if in a face-to-face class, can be adapted to an art show and a art walk could be completed. A lesson for students interested in geography would be the Australian Institute of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders map lesson. In breakout rooms, students can explore the map with their peers, investigating similarities and differences between different mobs. Students could create a collaborative Venn diagram using Google Docs to display their knowledge. These findings could be related to a face-to-face classroom where students could annotate a large printout of the map, visually displaying their findings. A culminating activity of the unit would be an online Kahoot. Students could compete against one another, testing their knowledge of the unit. Alternatively, students could create their own Kahoots, quizzing their peers on their knowledges. This activity is versatile and could be completed in an online or face-to-face classroom. Due to the immense variety of online tools in the unit, students can maintain engagement and motivation, combining their individual online learning to the classroom with their peers. As education progresses, it is important that online classrooms remain an engaging, supportive environment for students. Through the successful implementation of motivational, creative, relevant online resources, learning can cater directly to individual students' needs, whilst being conducted within a collaborative learning environment. Online learning spaces created in an engaging manner that does not necessarily need to be combined with face-to-face learning. This is vital in appealing to various student needs whilst preparing learners for the future.